hosting a hunger tour for Tompkins County with our elected officials and local leaders. And we started the day at the TC3 Food Pantry, which is a relatively new partnership with the food bank, but TC3's made some amazing strides. We brought them downtown to visit the Friendship Donations Network, which is a local food rescue organization, which does amazing things and rescues about 500,000 pounds annually, mostly through volunteer efforts, which is exciting. Then we came up here to the Enfield Food Distribution Pantry. The Food Pantry is one of the largest food pantries in the Food Bank's Southern Tier network, in terms of people served and also in terms of food distributed. Based on our last hunger study, which actually is fairly old now, it's about 2014 numbers, 65% of food pantry recipients had at least one member of the household who was working. So I think it's a stereotype to that a lot of folks assume that people who come to food pantries are not working. So I think community foundations and funders in most communities are in a really great position, obviously in terms of resources, right? So you can identify opportunities and support those opportunities financially, and kind of, I would hope that there'd be a willingness to be entrepreneurial, and fund certain things that we're not sure whether or not they're going to work. Just your connections in the community as well. I think Community Foundation is aware of the different activities that are happening in the county, the different people who are doing good work, and the opportunity to bring those folks together to address an issue. So I think we can tend to be very siloed in our work, and that's one of the things that the food bank has tried to be more deliberate about, is how do we turn outward and kind of identify opportunities to partner in meaningful ways with other organizations and other stakeholders. So I see Community Foundation as playing a critical role in helping facilitate that.
The Community Foundation became aware of the situation in Enfield with the closing of their food pantry, and so we reached out to Jean Owens, the director of the Enfield Food Pantry, to find out how we could help shine a spotlight on the needs that they had out there. And then our Community Impact Committee, chaired by Ann Martin, turned around a grant in a really speedy time frame to close the gap on the funding that they needed for the walk-in freezer for the perishable goods that they move in huge quantities.
It's a difficult process getting all the renovations done at the pantry, and it seemed completely overwhelming. But the support from the community made it possible, because I was completely overwhelmed. I didn't see any way that we were going to do this. So important. We ended up raising over $23,000.
That's incredible.
And you see the results. The pantry is really set up to handle over 500,000 pounds of food a year and serve, almost 200 families a week.
Town of Enfield has a lot of resident need. I have tried to impress that point upon people as often as I can. Jean Owens does a fantastic job organizing this food pantry. She has a great deal of passion for people in our community. When there's a need, as there was in the last few months, the town board stepped up and did a lot of work with the building. I was really impressed with how quickly they could get that done for us.
It's a significant network that we have, and so the question for us becomes, how do we leverage that network in the best possible way to have the greatest impact on the community? Because it's not about us as an organization, it's about our impact on the community.